Comes down to how they'll play it. It is all about execution.
It's Galaxy Phoenix versus NAVI. One team has been in the championship circle before, the other a dark horse looking to make history, surprise everybody, and make it to the grand finals.
Because I think even the panel mentioned how extended team fights would be the go-to for NAVI. But GXP, would they even allow that? Would they even fight back? They tried to steal away that orange camp, but they don't actually take it away from Fa. Doesn't have the red tree though, but NAVI are still gonna get in this fight. That's the heavy spin. Keishi secures the objective already. There goes the better airstrike as well. Not Ayanami, not looking good. Gets brought back with the final smash, but is still alive. Sophia says no though. Fa right now looking like the next target, and she goes down in the hands of Mirai. Lemma trying to go for the stun, but is not enough to save Fa. And it seems like NAVI have somewhat equalized the kills in terms of that fight.
So close, yet so far. Sophia finds the first trade, can't get the second, keep them in the profit zone. Only the Akai, but the Atlas, because you're thinking, all right, at least with Akai you can buffer the flicker to kind of get out of awkward scenarios. But unfortunately, with the Atlas, it kind of gives you that guarantee, so now you don't have a choice of battle spell options. But we see the fight now starting to progress, and final slashes, golden hour is out!
And the better airstrike too, as Keishi secures the second objective of the game. But look at how the heavy spin and the fatal links have been used at the same time. Pinning down two, but the follow-up doesn't seem to be there. GXP are just trying to run away, but Fa doesn't find that route.
That's exactly what NAVI wants to do.
Actually, the first turret down bot has been already taken down, so this might allow NAVI to move a bit more around the map!
No!
But not when casualties like that take place.
And look, the casualties are going to keep on coming here. They even drop... Oh, they pull it back with a fatal links outside of the golden hour to ensure the kill too. What an insane run, because with 10 seconds left on the clock, the turtle is going to show up, and right now...
First to move and anticipate that rotation and switch from Rian as well as not Ayanami. What better way to set up for this upcoming objective, but Keishi as well will be nearby.
Oh, the Purifies are already out for Mirai alongside of Rian, and now they're gonna 5v5 once more.
All right. Not Ayanami trying to zone. We don't see the setup come in from GXP just yet. Lemma with a perfect pair, but there goes the final slash onto Mirai. He's trying to run out, but the Throne of Ruin coming in from Keishi, just going straight for the backlines alongside not Ayanami, forcing Sophia and Ling out. Range is trying to deal with the fronts, but not Ayanami actually has to go down. The fatal links onto Mirai too, finally picks up the kill, and it seems like GXP now able to find two.
Very, very patient here, and this was the big problem that I was talking about Navi's composition. When you have your Alice, who also is your jungler, your main retribution user, you don't want to be the one who always has to not only sit on top of the neutral, but I'm the only one who can actually stop the feathered airstrike. Somebody else needs to be in position, and unfortunately they don't have enough tanks to do that.
Kind of struggled here in the bottom lane for the longest time.
Yeah, but at least, you know, in terms of EXP, she's not too far off, right? They're still level 10 to level 10. I mean, obviously there is a death in the end, but on that top side, they're not slowing down. Navi's using the macro well, and even making sure they're soaking up EXP and gold in the mid lane.
Oh, the damage coming in from Winnie is actually starting to hurt. Feather's right in the face! Right in front of these members of Navi. They were very...
I think they get massive value out of Keishi, but I think for now, it's up to Rain. And if Rain gets blasted every single time by the Feather Airstrike and forced to fight early, it might not necessarily be good. Oh, this engagement!
There's no golden hour left. GXP are just gonna go for it. The heavy spin hasn't been committed, but the Throne of Ruin stuns too! Ling falls down. The XP laner is gone. So is the Roamer. It's a double for Keishi. The best possible setup before this first Lord.
That's exactly what we were looking for, and Rain able to find these really big assists, making sure those Gloom stacks are nice and high to start eating away at the members of GXP's front line. And that's what we want to see.
And GXP have to split themselves up, but you would expect them to just really take advantage of their team fight potential, but at this point, Navi are not fighting them head on in terms of that.
Yeah, I think this is pretty good from both sides. GXP doesn't have full information on where Navi is, so they're trying to probe and prod around to figure out where they are, and Navi purposely denying them that information, hoping that Sophia tries to use a feathered airstrike in a predictable area to clear those waves. Now GXP looking to take that space back in hopes that maybe Navi's just a little sloppy, but both sides have been very, very clean. They back away nicely.
Deal with these targets one by one. If she ever does go in with a blazing duet, she has to be sure that it's perfect. But Navi are the first ones to go in. in. The heavy spin catches Mirai though. There goes the vengeance coming in from Ling. They try to take them out one by one, but Keishi, does she go in with a response? Another final slash coming in. They drag Keishi back under the turret, but it's actually Mirai who finds, or who is the target.
Yep, and this costed them a lot of battle spells. This isn't over just yet because Fa's going to be the next one to fall down here with not much of an issue overall. This was how many flickers? 3 flickers. The Fatal Links comes in. Final Slash is going to pull them under. I don't think they're going to... Wait, hold on. The Feathered Airstrike might be good for something as they walk out even with a Wishing Lantern. It ain't enough.
The damage from Sophia can be felt, but the abilities, the escape tools from Navi are also just a bit too much to deal with. Sophia just using the Wings by Wings to move around. Ling trying to go for a re-engage, but that's going to be Keishi immediately making her way out. Being one of those members to dive in and be in their face, but Navi are trying to already poke down this Lord. The waves up top too have to be dealt with. Oh, but Fa actually finds one! It's gonna be Keishi, the best possible target. Golden R used just to stop them momentarily, but Winnie has her eyes set on this target. Blazing to it already committed, and they find the jungler for Navi. She also finds Mirai. It's only 3 members left, but the BMI brings her back. Now they're able to actually regroup, and Rian will at least find one, but Winnie still trying to find, oh, the damage from Sophia!
It's too much. It's too much to handle here. Rain looking to actually try and turn this around, but I think, honestly, they should not fight. They're going to get hit by everything. The final slash, Feathered Airstrike as well.
Oh, Rian actually still finds one despite that, but was it actually worth it?
This was not worth it. They should have called off the fight at that point. They already traded equally. They didn't need to overextend even further, and this now ends up to be a +1 for GXP. They don't want first position on this Lord. They want Navi to sit on top of it, but this allows Rain to actually start setting up those gloom stacks. They're rushing it fast. Fog makes the attempt.
Oh, can Fa actually make it in time? Though Heavy Spin already committed, and she does! The Retribution, the Lord falls into the hands of GXP, and now they're just after the counter engages. There goes Keishi. They find Sophia. It's finally a shutdown, but Ling takes down not Ayanami. Keishi's a bit too tanky to be dealt with, and Ling is just trying to run away and survive.
Yep, that War Axe is coming very handy here. Look at the spell vamp. Keishi now once again is going to try their attempt to slow down these waves. It's a wet noodle fight. Nobody can really hurt each other. The main damage dealers on both sides are by far the most important players. Same can be said for a lot of people, but interestingly enough, we're seeing that Sophia actually opting to go for a Wishing Lantern here on top of everything else. I would have imagined that the Lightning Truncheon would have been the go-to, noticing that I don't see any Athena Shield, just Radiant Armors, Maximum, or Oracles for the side of Navi.
All right, they still have waves coming in mid. But Navi too are prepared to take this on. All Purifies will be available, but the Feathered Airstrike is already enough to zone them all out. Trying to start things off a bit. They do get a bit of vision for not.
They're forcing.
Is that why they're forcing everything now? But Fa is starting to feel a brunt of the damage.
Oh.
Gets caught into Golden R, but gets to walk away! Mirai now has to purify out, but Keishi as well as everybody else are trying to go in. They finally find Fa, one of the best possible targets, and look at not Ayanami dealing with Sophia as Rian and the rest of Navi just clear out the front lines one by one.
Oh no, they missed out the opportunity. They forced it a little too hard, and now Ling will try her very best to just delay the fight. Oh, and they managed to find a trade on terrain!
Where did the damage come from? Ling now 1v2, doesn't get to spot any minions, has no choice but to walk. Will she use the vengeance of the Lord? Sophia repositioning out, but Rian has 2 minions by her side. Keishi will be here too. Immortality already popped.
No way.
Mirai goes down. They don't want to risk it.
Oh no, she just used her cooldowns. The next wave is already here. It's too late.
And now it's Navi taking game number 1 after 20 minutes of back and forths.
Man, this was a high-level game. Both sides really taking everything into account, from movements to body language to, most importantly,
alongside with Rain so that Rian is well protected. If Ayanami was a little bit too close to the team, that's what we saw in Lord number 2. It was easy for GXP to break them. Very damage focused. We know a Galaxy Phoenix, very mechanically focused.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. Mechanically focused, the underdogs must once again fight back to protect their tournament life. They've still got a bit more leeway since it's a best of 5.
How are they going to adapt to this upcoming game? Because right now, the draft doesn't seem to be in their favor. And here at level 1, Rain and Mirai are already telling Lima that first blood is already in our pockets.
Oh, this Lilia on Navi has been doing so much. Ever since game number 1, another stunted potential kill if only Sophia gets to walk out, but no. It's an early 2-0 for Rain on this Lilia.
Just open up that map and I'm gonna hurt him big time. And with that passive, heals right back up to full. So great control as they freeze that mid lane. They're starting to lean out of it as they want to attack the top side.
Okay, not Ayanami, just going in for the dives, even under the turrets. But Mirai will be the one to finish the job. That's Fa they actually find.
First 2 minutes, we're already having 3 kills on the side of Navi, all centralized towards the most important roles in Ling and Fa.
Okay, fortunately, an Abyssal Arrow does land over there. Sophia trying to dive, but it's an outplay! Everything has just not been going their way, every single attempt. And now Navi might just take away this purple buff even from Fa, who's not even level 4 yet.
I'm getting the vibes back. This is why everybody was so excited for Assassin. Oh! And Ling able to find the solo kill despite everything that has happened already. The extra assist from Ayanami just wasn't enough. Steal camps at a high rate against their opponent and just ever telling them, yo, fear this. Shortcut connects.
Oh. How could they do this? They're just everywhere. Mirai, fortunately for GXP, they don't actually lose Winnie out there, but does it actually become an opening? Now they get to find a kill. Fa finds Mirai. Tempest of Blades already committed, but they don't want to fight this. They don't want to fight around a spinning Balmond.
No, they don't have the items. They don't have the damage. Ring, does he cancel it? No, they're just gonna set up this dive.
Oh, it's Sophia left all alone, trying to escape. Abyssal Arrow does land, but he's just gonna buy some time.
Jungle, it's just Navi's walking in and they're like, hey, you owe me money. Interest, pay up, pay up.
This is so tough. It's always Mirai plus another one. Oh, but a second solo kill from Link towards not Ayanami. Navi fail, or they actually do take... No, they don't. They don't take away the purple buff for the second time, and at least for Fa has an idea as well. Ooh. I thought that was gonna land too. Mirai didn't necessarily try to catch it, but they lose out big on energy shields up top. GXP are the ones actually leashing this turtle towards their side, and without not Ayanami, they probably would have very little ways to contest. A setup once again from Link to get him with the Tempest of Blades, but the response, the teleportation's coming in from Mirai. Do they want to fight this? Rain does show up. Rian goes in with the blazing duet, landing it on 3, forcing out the flicker from Winnie, and actually finding one. Lemma goes down, but Sophia escapes.
Oh, wait, hold on. Link might be in some trouble, and now they can set up for a potential dive. Sophia's nearby and will peel, but Link can only do so much. How many seconds until the ult comes back up?
They really want this turret. Not Ayanami still going for it. 1v2! Both had to flicker out.
God bless. God bless. Flicker saves lives, people. Flicker saves lives. These flickers happen essential.
Someone who hasn't been really participating as much is Keishi. But right now we might actually see that happen as they lay down another portal. Winnie is the target. And it's not looking great.
Yep, it's not safe. The river is not a safe space to walk in, and I think definitely GXP need to start opening up this map, or Sophia needs to start... Oh, God.
Oh. You thought you were safe.
I thought you were safe, to be fair.
Yeah, but there was a chip trying to intercept you from behind, and a lethal counter too in your face. There's not much you could expect from a Hilda at this point, no matter how much she tries to open up the map. Navi are just at the most unexpected places possible.
Constant execution. Oh wait, they don't actually take it back. They realize and recognize the top side is actually where a majority of the resistance is coming from GXP. They should have the purple buff is up, and here they come on the run.
Not Ayanami leading the charge, forcing out the Tempest of Blades. Now they are forced to just get back. There's the Abyssal Arrow, but that's just about it. Navi are not really gonna stop the pressure from coming. expect what's about to happen from GXP.
Yeah, just a little too fast. And now, here we come. Descent of the Valkyries into it. Oh, cloud shift, though!
Oh, the cancels. Now it's Rian having to get away from that. Not Ayanami left all alone against 3, and she could not take out at least 1. Rain eventually shows up with a flicker. Winnie, too, having to dash away. And Mirai! Another intercept. That's the 4th time we see them take down the gold laner.
Again, great target priority here. And no time being wasted by Mirai. It's like, all right, don't worry. That purple buff was always Navi's.
It was always Navi's anyway.
Yep.
But I wonder who else is not safe. Winnie yet again.
Oh my god!
She's been holding on that bush for too long. Mirai's been staying in that bush for too long. And even with this 4-man setup coming in from Ling, I don't think they will get the value out of it. They'll just lose out on more and more members. Ling falling down as well. There might be one trade, and that's going to be Rian.
They can't scale at this point. They can't scale. They don't have enough EXP to stay above them. Even Mirai having a full level ahead of Lima. The early game is completely gone, and technically this is where we're expecting Fa to start really picking up the slack for the rest of the team. However, with such a big lack of and an interception from Mirai, what are you supposed to do?
She had another ultimate available. Just doesn't mind those bits of damage you get to receive from Lima as the only person who could possibly walk up and not get bursted down by Navi, not unless they just go full commit. But now they have more and more waves coming in, not Ayanami showing up as well. Lema just trying to scout where they are. They pretty much have information of what to expect, and that's still not enough for them to go and try to engage against Navi, because even in the damage department, would you consider Winnie to even have enough damage already?
Not yet. I mean, not even a Berserker's Fury. That's what we're talking about, right? Literally a Ha's Claw Fa. Unfortunately, no purple buff, so he has to sit there and wait for it to come back as Navi take the initiative to start putting more structural damage.
Yep, they're keeping the pressure, and now it's Lema who, for the first time, actually gets bursted down, has to flicker out of that. Worldy already committed as well, but they're just trading space. They want this base turret.
Good.
That's the setup coming in from Ling, but she had to go down alongside with it.
They actually make this an endgame scenario. No, they still are able to kill it off. Protocols here. This has happened way too many times. You cannot expect Winnie to always have her flicker available. And now Navi is in such a powerful position. They're going to have only 2 members actually deal with this lore while everybody else is on guard duty.
Not Ayanami holding the bottom side. Mirai just standing there. Together with Sophia are decently dealing a bit of damage already towards Mirai. I think that's a bit of a win.
It is a win, and I don't think Navi is getting as much value as they wanted to, right? They now desync the waves that they were trying to prepare. Mirai finally loses immortality.
Oh, but every single member of Navi just jumps in to make sure that Fa goes down and doesn't get a hold of her purple buff yet again.
The chain CC was a little too good, or maybe the pinch points came up a little too late. Either way, Navi is going to be starting to crash down on every single one of these inhibitors.
Was that a bit too expensive of a kill for GXP? But Navi are not going to risk it just yet. They're not going to try to go for the end, and they will fully respect GXP right under their base, but there is another wave coming in mid. It's going to crash really, really soon, and that's a lot of space created. Ling only finding one, but Rian only has her eyes on the turret and the lethal counter! Finding Ling! It's a shutdown towards Keishi, but will that be enough? A missile arrow landing onto Rian! And that could have been the game-changing play right here for GXP! Tempest of Blades from Fa. Mirai already starting to get really, really low, and another free hit from Winnie! Potentially turning things around! Not Ayanami trying to sustain, but she cannot!
Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. As Renmar mentioned, the arrow, it just needs to hit. Once that arrow connects, there's so much more you can do with it. And this time, despite GXP showing just a sliver of hope here, Navi have already taken out 3 of their inhibitor turrets.
They have been placing these traps around the areas where Mirai is really expected to just show up, even throwing them out just to ensure that they will have enough information. So that's GXP really playing it safe, but is Fa gonna be safe on top? She's having to deal with not Ayanami.
I mean, Fa unfortunately just literally cannot 1v1 this Freya. Not without that Bruno, not like how we saw it earlier. And worse yet,
And Rain alongside Mirai trying to go for Fa. They're not letting him return or her to return to the base. As not Ayanami, Mirai, and Keishi too are just dealing with the waves. Fa is down! And the portal gets laid down. Now the rest of the members can catch up and just go for the siege. The Lord is still up. Sophia tried to jump in. It's Mirai who she's actually targeting, but the blazing do it! And now it's Winnie using the wind of nature, but they do not care. They're after the base. Lethal counter, and that's the end.
Oh, tough one. Really, really tough one. Well played here by Navi. They played one solid game overall. They made sure not only from the drafting section they've had answers, but more importantly, their macro was on point.
We did get to see the role that Sophia needed to play here and what could have been the bad part for Navi, which is if those arrows landed over and over again. But in MLBB for so many years now, it's always about simplicity.
Phoenix to take down Na'Vi. Who knows? The underdog story is still alive, but only just. Na'Vi is looking to reclaim what they lost a couple years ago. Be back in grand finals. Be a champion.
The mid is struggling right now. Unless Sophia can close the distance and land that stun on terrain and get a full commitment with Lima in the jungle, that's kind of the only problem. But Winnie here might just get solo killed, no problem as well.
Oh, so close! And she does! First blood over to Rian. No flicker though. Can Lima actually take her out? There's a dash and the concussive blast will actually be enough.
God bless, God bless. At least they were able to get it back, and now it actually is slightly in Winnie's favor because they're going to be able to make it to that wave first. However, the gold is still in favor of Rian as now the turtle spawns out. Let's see how it plays.
Link shows up, Throne of Ruin already casted, but the heavy spin 2 pins down their jungler. Fa could not live long, but actually gets to land the retribution. Also will go down, but that's going to be an exchange of Keishi. Both junglers traded by these two teams. Oh, Keishi, or not Ayanami rather, being chased. That's going to be another kill over to GXP.
And not Ayanami, unfortunately, not finding the perfect angle to actually get the split down. Please do not let me get hit by Divine Judgment, like anything but that. I don't mind a heavy spin. I got Purified, but now the next fight begins.
Okay, it's going to be Mirai as the target quickly bursted down as expected from Sophia and the rest of GXP. Even the EXP lanes being managed really well by Link right now. This is the next turtle of the game, and both teams are going to fight for it.
Mirai can put the handcuffs on somebody. Unfortunately, they still need someone else to be the guillotine. Oh!
Fa is after Keishi. That forces out the heavy spin, and the feathered airstrike already gets committed as well, but I believe it was cancelled, and now it's an isolation play onto Fa! Oh! Throne of Ruin and Minyo and Fury! GXP might actually turn things around. Rain having to flicker out, Winnie with a heavy crossbow, dealing a lot of damage as well, and they survive. It's a 1-for-1 trade so far. Both junglers are down.
That counter engage coming in from Ling to save the day right at the very end. However, Rian still. Now they're giving up the space over to Navi.
Yep, because Navi are back. Heavy spin is back, and the turtle gets reset all over again. But it's going to be an attempt from Ling, which doesn't land onto anyone. And look at how not Ayanami is just trying to go for the zone. An annoying way to just break formation. Minnow and Fury forced out again, but it's Casey who gets knocked off. Fa still finding retribution. They get to isolate Ling, but they might not have the damage for this. It's GXP finding more kills.
Unfortunate indeed. Honestly, Navi played as good as they can to kind of get out of this situation, but that first initial whiff coming in from Ling, really unfortunate to say the least, but Fa still made it work. Steals away the Lord just in time, because Keishi had pretty much all the advantages.
Yep, they're really working as a unit at this point. It feels like they barely paid attention to the other parts of the map, just as long as they could win it out in that turtle fight.
Yeah, and now they just want to keep on progressing it, right? Whoa.
Divine Judgment, that's gonna be one. It's a shutdown on Sophia. I think it's a great start if Navi, who slowly wants to get back in this game.
But some of the bad habits are starting to show. The way that GXP is opening up the map is honestly getting them killed more often than not. Oh, good flicker and a pull!
Oh, what a timing! He still gets brought back. Now it's another kill for Navi. It's both mid-duos.
Really picking up on the bad habits. Look at this!
Oh, once again, we find another isolation. Sophia gets caught here by not Ayanami, but will get to Wings by Wings her out. But under the turret, can Ayanami still find the kill? It seems like it's a no. And then Fa gets dragged back under the turret.
Oh!
An unfortunate sequence for GXP.
Really sad. Really sad, but well played from Navi. They are not going to take this sitting down. Navi, not only have they shown how tall they are, but they are showing how wide this team composition and the styles of play that they have in their pockets are.
Oh, they're going to go for Rain.
What?
That's the Minoan Fury and the Throne of Ruin, but the heavy spin as a defensive tool to just make sure that GXP are not able to push forward. Rian joining in the fight too might make a huge difference right now. GXP lose a little more in the process. That's gonna be a 2-for-1 trade.
Back. But without the DHS, it's going to be a lot harder to get through the Limas and the Faz if you're only hoping that your passive is going to be enough.
They're gonna burst it down real quick. They do not want another instance of GXP just potentially trying to fight back, considering what you just mentioned. They still don't have the DHS, but at least for now they get a bit more advantage and the first Lord of the game as well. But it's interesting, at least for GXP, they're able to really push the sides, but Mirai, all alone here, gets a bit of protection from Keishi, and now 2 members at least brought really close under their very own territory. Throne of Ruin casted by Ling, not Ayanami trying to find a target, does find one, but the damage dealers aren't here. GXP are just turning things around. Rian finally comes to join, but then Sophia, Mirai from behind, who does she find? It's Sophia, but she doesn't have the Divine Judgment. Rain and Rian are making it work all by themselves.
This is what I was talking about. Bad habits. They notice GXP, they keep coming at us front to back. They're not thinking about their size. They're not thinking about the fights. They're not thinking about that huge top wave getting demolished by the Lord.
And now Navi are just chasing after them, so they couldn't go for the defense. Feather Air Strike trying to help out Ling, but it's not gonna be enough.
This is the 101 of war. When you are fighting in the front lines, you must understand what your supply lines are, the logistics to get there. And right now, Navi have attacked them in so many different areas. GXP.
And how they're always almost on the same page, but we're not seeing that from GXP at this point. It's more so from Navi as they find another kill. Sophia, knock up from the Minoan Fury together with the Throne of Ruin, but the relevant members are just getting away. It's not Ayanami traded out, but Fa goes down too. It's a double for Rian, and she's just 7-1-2.
It's so frustrating. Burst down the members after the combo when he can only hit so many targets at once. And luckily from the front lines of Navi, they have enough armor to tank the explosive crossbows.
It's all their base turrets exposed just with that single push forward, just because GXP kept forcing the fight.
Yeah, I mean, majority of the... Oh, hold on. The Divine Judgment is good. Rihanna's already blown them up. So Throne Ruin tries the best backline. In trouble. Sophia finds one. Keishi gets another. And now the chase. Ray needs to win this against winning. Purify being used. The heavy spin locks down Fa. And there you have it. Navi say, no, you took 2 of our members. We take 3.
And GXP just wanted to repeat the exact same thing. It was probably not the exact same sequence in a sense that Lema actually got to cast the Minoan Fury, but it was follow-up from Ling that eventually, in hopes of them converting it into a successful team fight, but Navi were just a bit too prepared for that, are actually making it work. Now they have an entire Lord with no energy or holy shields left up top. They're on the verge of losing so much more.
Yeah, with the suppression as well, it's just really difficult for Lima especially.
Oh, that was a flicker in, but Mirai does get cancelled though. Does have the immortality, is gonna be okay. Feathered Airstrike as well as the Minoan Fury trying to defend as much as they can. Keishi, defensive heavy spin, but Winnie finds a double. Navi have to run away wings by wings towards not Ayanami, and they go back right in. Do they really want to fight this? Not Ayanami actually finds Sophia.
No way! No way! No way! Winnie ended up killing her own teammate because of that.
Then there's nothing stopping them at all.
I think step number 1 is to control this mid. Oh, wait, actually, Divine Judgment.
Oh, is that one pickoff? Is that the pickoff? Ling tries to stop them from getting that pickoff, but despite that, the heavy spin still gets committed. And GXP find one. They somehow find Rain. Navi, do they want to push through? They've lost one of their main damage sources.
No, she is a completely different player.
Yeah, look at how she's playing the glue.
Ridiculous.
Redeeming herself after that early game. I mean, look at her. I mean, she's not really resetting. Another Divine Judgment onto Lema. There goes the burst from Rian as well. Do they really want to risk this? Okay, they actually find one. It's going to be Fa. They're pushing her out of this Lord pit. And that's enough to secure the objective, but it's in exchange of not Ayanami.
And that's totally fine. Look at the timers. Look at the timers. The wave is going to spawn. But if that window and you don't have that follow-up isn't good enough, GXP, again, might even up the score 18-18.
Yep, the punish is very much possible
They
for
gotta walk up.
GXP with just a single mistake, but Navi are forcing the Lord.
Oh!
There goes the heavy spin, and they could not react. Not Ayanami finding one. Does Navi still fight? This is a no. They flicker out. They want to run away. The Throne of Ruin captures one though, and it's gonna be Mirai, but Lima finds more. The knockups on multiple members, but the flicker, the reposition from Mirai. She's actually still alive.
And the rest of Navi are body blocking one by one as they turn this fight around. Rien now taking one auto attack at a time. Your battle lines are down. I will take the space.
Sophia has to fly away because they're already losing out on so much. Fa and Lema are down the front lines. It's just Ling who could serve as that front right now.
Unbelievable peel coming up from Navi's side. They've created an endgame scenario. Winter Crown is already purchased, but the situation is dire. All waves collapsing at once.
Rian down to half HP, but the jump from not Ayanami. Winnie had to get out of that. Sophia too with a flicker, but the grab! Sophia popping the immortality and the sweep coming in for Navi!
What a game. What an absolutely disgusting game coming out of Navi. Not only
But yeah, let's make sure we get make sure that we safe. I will make sure that you protected from this huge explosion. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. They fought valiantly, but oh my goodness.